Hello, and welcome to another video. So in today's video, these are the products that we'll be using. They're all Aunt Jackie's products. Some of them I have used for my hair before. This one I've used for my hair before. You guys saw me use this as a detangler, this as a detangler, and these two I just purchased today. So I'm going to go ahead and use all of this. It's a shampoo, leave-in conditioner, and a hair and scalp oil, and I'm just going to use it to blow dry her hair. And then here are the tools. I don't know what style I'm doing yet, so we're gonna work on this together. The thing is, my blow dryer broke. I've had this blow dryer for quite some time. It's not even the price that it was when I got it. I think it was like $15 to $20 when I got it. It's like $60 now. But the back of this has fallen off. I don't know if you can see it's cracked. And when I just pulled it out, it was completely off like that. One of the warnings clearly says don't modify this to reduce electric shock. I'm not trying to get shocked, so what I'm going to do is throw this away. So we'll see how this is going to work because this is the only blow dryer that I have.
So I made my way over to Ross in Burlington to see what I could see. I really thought this brush was cute. However, it didn't feel like it was strong enough to withstand either of our hair. So I didn't pick it up, but I did want to find a different style of brush other than the ones that we already have at home. The prices on these things are really good. I already have one of these heat brushes. It's more like a heat straightener in a brush style. And we have one, we seldomly use it. This one felt really nice, and honestly, I might go back and cop that one, okay? I wasn't really sure what style of flat iron I was looking for. I just kind of wanted to find something that worked, and the crazy thing is I actually didn't know what I was looking for. So I picked up these two, and I ended up putting the flat iron back. They also had not on my watch, which I found at the hair store, but it was cheaper here. I went to the next store and I was able to find this blow dryer, and it was a bit heavier than the blow dryer that I had. I went with this flat iron because this is the brand that we used to use when we flat iron our hair. It was the Baby Bliss Pro that came out after Chi, and I know the Chi was a really good flat iron. Upon research, I see that it was ceramic and titanium together. I don't know if these plates are the same, and the result that I got from flat iron the hair could just possibly be because I don't know what I'm doing, so don't take me serious. But that's why I picked up this one. Let's move on to the next product. I went in Burlington first because Ross wasn't open yet, and I picked up this one. This was the only one that I had that they had that had the attachments that I was looking for. I've been looking for a diffuser for quite some time just to wear my hair in like the wash and go state. And I'm just going to kind of flip through and show you some of the ways that this dryer moves around. There's a lot of them, but honestly, it doesn't feel as durable as the next dryer I'm going to show you, which is why I went ahead and got both of them. I liked it for the attachment in particular that I was looking for, and the other dryer didn't have it. That's why I'm going to keep it because it wasn't priced too much. But I wouldn't bank on this. Like, girl, the attachment's not breaking. Honestly, it doesn't feel very heavy at all, but it could prove me wrong. So we'll see. So it's very cute and it has like a lot of attachments and stuff. But as you can see, some of these attachments don't look like they're for black hair necessarily, like type 4 hair. So there's that. Just keep that in mind. Like I said, I didn't pay too much for it and we're going to give it a go. If anything, I could just use a diffuser tool. It'll make this purchase worth it. But I just want to let you know that, like, I wouldn't, from the way that it feels, I haven't tried it yet, so we're going to see. But from the way that it feels, it's not getting the best marks for me yet. So here is the next one that I purchased, and I went back to Ross and got this one. So I left out of the store, checked out and everything. I said, you know what, let me go back and get this because the other one just didn't feel as sturdy. The other one was $32 and this one was cheaper. So there's that, but it felt a lot heavier. Like, it felt more durable. I now realize that it was the box that felt heavier. Now the product itself does feel like it has a bit more weight to it. It's definitely neither one of them or as weighty as the purple one that I threw away. But that's kind of good because sometimes it hurts my arm. It like weighs so much. So let's just take this out of the box and see what kind of attachments it has. It has less bells and whistles on it as well. Like the on and off button is kind of like, it's at the bottom. The other one is probably easier to mess around with, especially if your hair is wet and your hand has products on it. It's harder to twist that around. I saw that while I was blow drying. But like I said, let me be quiet so you can see the attachments. So I got this serum. I really like the cheese serum, but they didn't have it there. So I just got this to try it out. It doesn't have a very strong fragrance and it's very lightweight. It doesn't make the hair oily or anything. I saw that while I was using it, so I went ahead and picked that up. I also got this brush. We have a lot of brushes, but we do not have this brush, this style of brush. People say it's like a wig brush, but it works really well if your hair is blowed out, like in the blow dried state. Doesn't even have to be flat iron. This one gets your hair like really good. So let's start the washing, girl. Here is the hair. Girl lint in the hair. Her hair has been like this, I would say, since we took down her mini braids. She seldomly wears her hair like this. I don't think she's actually ever worn her hair in like a poof on top of her head. She wore two like poof pigtails for one day, but it gets so tangled. So I'm going to relieve myself of the pressure and, just like I said, deal with her hair in its blown out state. It's easier to do. And as you can see, just by wearing the hair in a ponytail, some of her hair has stretched straight. I just showed you that piece right there. On the edges, it's a bit finer. So girl, let's just pull this hair apart and start detangling it. What I'm not going to do is try to detangle her hair dry like this. I know some people detangle dry hair, but I just find that it pops her hair off. So what I'm going to do is detangle her hair once it's saturated. And when I say detangle it once it's saturated, I mean the only point I'm going to try to detangle it is once the blow dryer is in hand, because that's the way that it works well for her hair. Now, if it was my hair, I could brush through it. Her hair don't work like that. Go ahead and get the hair as saturated and as wet as I possibly can, and this takes a while, which is how you can tell like the porosity of your hair. It takes literally about a good 10 minutes to get her hair wet, like fully wet, like soaking wet. So I set her up so you can see how good the lather is on this shampoo. You make the determination if it's lather, like if it's a lather that you like. The shampoo smells like all the other products in this line. And I usually don't shampoo her hair loose like this because of the detangling process. But we're not doing twist or braids or anything like that today, so I didn't mind. I'm just going to go through. There's a process that I like to use to shampoo her hair when it's loose like that. You're going to see this, pulling it apart, shampooing the bottom of the hair, and then I'm going to go in later and then really focus in on the scalp. So I skipped the deep conditioning step with the Fix My Hair product just because I'm going to use the leave-in conditioner. I want to see how well it works. And then I already got her hair very, very clean. And that process usually moisturizes her hair enough. So I'm going to use a towel to take as much water as possible out of her hair. Like I said before, she has low porosity hair, and the more product, including water, the more stuff that goes into her hair, the less the product actually works. So I like to keep it very simple. And then sometimes her scalp gets irritated when I use just too much product. So I didn't want to do that. I'm going to section off the hair and begin the process so that I can go ahead and blow dry her hair. So I'm going to go in with this Quench, which is a leave-in conditioning, intensive leave-in condition treatment. Like I said before, I got this from HEB, and it wasn't priced too bad, actually. It was under $7. So I'm just going to run it through her hair. I'm not going to put too much because I wasn't sure at this point if I was going to flat iron it to like leave it down. I think I'm just going to flat iron it just to leave it straight, though. You'll see later on. But this brush actually worked very well for her hair, which is why I want you to take everything that you see in this video and any other videos you see from any other person with a grain of salt. Some things work for some people's hair and then others not for other people, because I could never brush through my hair with a brush like this. I would have to use like the detangling brush up there, but it worked very well for her hair. And as you can see, there was nothing getting caught and it actually got the hair detangled. Also went in with this serum before I turned the blow dryer on. So let's see, girl, how this blow dryer works. So while it's in my hand, it honestly, it feels all right. Like I said, it doesn't feel as heavy as our old blow dryer, the purple one. So I was a little worried that it would snap, but it doesn't feel as flimsy as the other blow dryer that I bought with this one. I did notice though that it took a whole lot more passes to get the hair straight. I realized that I turned it, I think it was on like low or medium. I did try to turn it to high, and honey, the blow dryer started to smoke. Okay, I mean smoke, like turn on the vents. Okay, so there's that, which kind of brings my other point back. I don't think that these blow dryers were necessarily made for people of color, like type 4 hair. So there's that. So it did the best that it could do, and it did work. I just would like something that I guess has a bit more higher voltage. Is that what I'm looking for? I don't know. I'm gonna leave the comments open. Let me know what blow dryer worked for you, and don't, the Rev Air, I'm looking at it, but don't you recommend me no Rev Air, $400 blow dryer. I'm talking about like normal $30-$40 blow dryer, and it could be like a regular one, like the comb one. Even though I found that these ones with like the brush attachment, it just takes some of the work out for me. But let me know something that's not too heavy, not too expensive, but it's like powerful. All right, so here it is, her full head blow dried out. And I'm just going to go through one more time. I didn't really see that the roots were getting very straight from the blow dryer, but like I said, I think we just might need something a little bit more powerful, or maybe I'm asking for too much. Maybe this is actually working and I'm just asking for too much. Like I said, I know everyone's hair is different. Everybody's hair blow dries different and straightens different. And yeah, so I'm just holding it closer to the scalp so I'm not pulling her hair, because she was very annoyed with me at this point. But there you go. It's all moving. It's, it's doing its thing. All right, so here is what I have flat ironed so far, and I just want to show you the process that I'm using. So I'm using this brush now that the hair is all dry, and I'm just going to use it to like further detangle it. And when I mean detangle, just get those little kinks out from after blow drying hair. I don't really like people burning up my scalp, so I definitely didn't try to get all close to this girl's roots and just doing all that. Okay, I chased it with the comb, because that's how you supposed to do. You're supposed to chase it with the comb, and honestly it's all right. Obviously it looks more silky than like it looks with just a blow dryer, but I feel like maybe it could get sleeker. Like I said, again, maybe probably just the I don't want to say the cheapness of it, but probably just the product itself. But it looks nice, looks very silky. I did go and trim some of her ends off. She wasn't really feeling that. She was like, so what you doing with my hair? And girl, I know the feeling, so I didn't do too much because I don't know what I'm doing. So here it is, and what I'm going to do is just put it in a ponytail. I mean, we can style it like this. She can do like, the Let It Shine braids. There's a few styles that you can do with your hair in this state. And like I say, it's really just overall easier for me, and it also lets product get into her hair better. So I love it in this state. I personally wouldn't wear my hair like this, but like I said, everybody's hair is different, okay? And is this not still natural hair? Girl, it in fact is. As a matter of fact, I like naturally blown out and straightened hair like that's from its natural state better than a relaxer. It feels nicer and it looks healthier. All right, girl. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, if you have a question, ask one, and I'll see you in the next video.